Hey friends, thanks for coming back to PRM. I'm David D, and today we're going to go over Andrew Yang's UBI phase-in. So Andrew Yang stopped by Rebel headquarters to give a quick interview, and we'll go over what he talked about, primarily UBI phase-in. So I don't think I've heard him talk about this too much. It's likely on his website, but publicly I haven't heard Andrew Yang talk about his phase-in, how he plans to implement UBI. So he gave us a few details about that. He said, quote, "We wouldn't want to do it all at once." Okay, it's pretty smart, right? He went on to say, the first part of the rollout would partially be a study, and the focus would be on families and communities nationwide. Okay, so every time I've ever heard anything about UBI, there's always been a study before UBI would ever be implemented. So this is something new. This is just something I've never heard before. Like he plans to roll it out, and at the same time, he plans on rolling it out and study it as it's being rolled out. So that's kind of a new approach. Usually I hear about UBI programs, being studied for a year at a time, 6 months at a time, and then there's an action or no action on them. So he plans to just roll it out and kind of work with it as it goes. And I kind of agree with that because when I hear Bernie Sanders has a 4-year rollout, it's good to just work out the kinks as you go. Just set your mind on it. Set your heart on it, roll it out, just start the rollout, and just work out the kinks as you go. So it kind of made me think about Andrew's rollout here with UBI. Just get it implemented, just start it, study it vigorously, and just work out the kinks as you go. So that's just what I get from that. So, and he did some additional UBI questions too. A question was asked, would the wealthy receive UBI? And he said, quote, "The consumption tax would be falling on the uber wealthy anyways. So if Jeff Bezos is paying in billions and billions of dollars, let's send him $1,000 a month to remind him that he's an American." Which, okay, I'm with it. It sounds kind of silly to send Jeff Bezos $1,000 in any context, but I understand what he's saying here. Okay, he is an American. It makes sense, but it's still just kind of silly when I hear it out loud. But I agree. Okay, it just sounds silly. Okay, the second part of would the wealthy receive UBI? He says, Andrew believes it'll take away stigma of the UBI program. He said instead of saying it's rich to poor transfer, it's just a basic right of citizenship. So Andrew Yang is framing his UBI as a right of citizenship for everybody. And, I kind of disagree a little bit on it, like with the other question of being, is UBI universal? And I don't know if I'm there with the poorest Americans. Since it's an opt-in program, I'm not sure if I'm sold on that. That's just me. Because since it's an opt-in program, I don't believe it's universal. Because if it was universal, I don't think there would be an option. Okay? I just think it would be flat out, no matter who you are in society, whether you are a millionaire or whether you are the poorest American, you get $1,000. Free and clear, no questions asked. So I would like to see Andrew broaden this to make sure it goes to everybody. And I think that'll be debated a lot when UBI, if he ever becomes a president or work in a cabinet. I believe that this issue is going to come up and they're going to hash this out. That they're going to say, there's going to be people who say, listen, you want it to be universal, you got to give it to the poorest Americans too, not as an opt-in program. So there's some room to work those kinks out right there. So, but that's what Andrew wants. So I'm just trying to tell you what he wants here. And like I said, it's free and clear with no monitoring. So once again, free and clear. No one has to follow up with the government about their benefits. It's not like a social program where you have to be making a certain amount or you get shut off for a certain amount. It's $1,000 a month, free and clear. So people should like that. Okay, so let me know what you guys think about this stuff. Leave a comment down below. Like, share, subscribe, click the bell on the side.